What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, boys?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Tommy, what's shaking?
Not much. Just hanging out.
Livin, living life.
Living life.
Nice.
Don't pod.
We have special guests. Jess is back. Say hello, Jess.
Good evening.
Jess was on last time for the unpopular opinions episode.
I still regret that.
I think it was a pretty great success,
It was a good
honestly.
one.
It was a fun episode.
Well, except now everyone thinks I want to eat dogs, and with that Trump comment about eating dogs in Ohio,
oh, jeez.
an even worse popular opinion.
It's been proved false, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, that does. That
They
is kind of,
shut that shit down during the debate.
yeah,
Okay.
that is pretty fucking hilarious timing, though.
Have you seen some of those videos, like the remixes, and like they remix songs to it
No.
about him, and just like, they're eating all the cats, they're eating all the dogs. It's just like mixed with like some
I
EDM
love when
music.
I love when they do those, when they make those. After this episode, you have to pull it up and show us.
Yeah,
Excellent.
sounds good.
Before we dive into anything, I just want to remind you guys again, last week we had mentioned for the free show at the 5 o'clock here in Lakewood, Ohio. It is going on tonight for the band Blind Boxing and Adults. Come hang out. Show starts at 9. Get there a little early. Hang out. Grab beers. Couple bands. Watch. Hang out. Chill.
We'll all be there.
Yep. Free show tonight at the 5 o'clock lounge, Lakewood, Ohio. That being said, Jess, I just, as we were sitting here, I just thought of something really funny, that like a few weeks ago, we went and got dinner with your folks for your dad's birthday, and caught me off a little off guard. But when your folks were like, we listened to the podcasts, and I was like, oh, which episode? Oh, no. Because it's obviously a crude show.
Yeah, it can be very dangerous.
I tried warning them. I told them not to listen to it.
Do you know how they found it?
It's all over your social media. I don't know.
But I'm not friends. It's probably me tagged in your stuff, and then
Who knows?
They're-
I mean, it's not hard to find how many podcasts are called Pizza Bagel.
touche. So the funny thing
Only
is,
one counts.
yeah, that's right. The only one. There could be only one.
We'll kill all the other ones.
Right. The funny thing is that, so I was like, oh, cool, thanks. What did you listen to? And they're like, well, we found out that you don't actually like gefilte fish. And I was like, fuck. And I'm like, it's not that I don't like gefilte fish. It's that I don't love it. And I'm not going to not eat it. I'm a good boy, and I'm just going to swallow it down.
You mean you don't like cold fish patties?
Right. I was trying to explain to Tommy that it's kind of like almost like a spam consistency, kind
A
of.
little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a gelatinous cold fish meatloaf. Mm-hmm. But it's really actually tasty. I swear.
I mean, I'd be down to try it at some point. Like,
It's not terrible. It really isn't. It's just when you're like new to the game.
Oh,
and
for sure.
It's not. It fits in my palate. I was
but
like,
it's also like, for me, it's like, don't tell me what it is. I'll just try it.
I'll just try it. Yeah,
If
yeah.
I like it, I like it. And then I'm like, oh, what is this? I like it. And then hopefully I like it afterwards. Like, don't tell me what's in it.
Yeah. It's grounded up squid babies. Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to think of something completely random. So yeah, I was a little caught off guard, and so now I assume that the next Passover they're gonna be like, "It's cool, Tony. You don't have to
Yeah,
have
now
any."
you don't get gefilte fish.
You get Gordon's, whatever, the frozen fish that you get at the store.
Oh yeah, you get the Gordons.
You get the fish sticks.
Yeah. But now that they tell me that I can't have it, I'd be like, "But now I kind of want it."
See, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember also my dad said that he listened to an episode I was on,
Oh yeah.
and he said apparently we were talking about fisting? I don't remember that at all.
I don't either.
Unless Dave was.
Which is
It's
not
been brought up so many
unlikely.
times. Probably.
Oh, no.
So, not you. No, just fisting in general, or
That's-
like
yeah.
stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's
It's-
brought up so many times. It's like,
We don't
what
know what
episode? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Jeez.
Throw a dart at it.
So yeah, if they would at least asked what episode, I would at least recommended them like the Predator episode, or even maybe the one with Natalie. No, actually, the breast milk one would not be good for them.
Probably not.
None of these pizza bagels just isn't for your folks. It's for everybody.
I tried to
It's
tell
for the
them.
kids. It's not for the adults.
Yeah.
Well, the ones who want to claim they're adults.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. Jess, we got you on here. We just got back from Japan. Let's discuss.
Gosh, where do you even start?
Well, let's see. The travel time, right? Let's see. 2 hours to Dallas and then like 13 to Tokyo.
Yep. And that's not including the 2-hour layover. And then on the way home, Toomey actually calculated that we would be in the airport, planes, everything for 24 hours. And he started a countdown on his phone.
Yeah.
Did you guys take like Ambien or anything like that while you guys on the plane so you could sleep most of the trip?
No.
No, and I thought booze would help. It did not.
It never helps when you think it's going to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's like when I actually got shit to do, it's going to make me tired.
And then it doesn't.
And then when I actually want to go to sleep and use it, it won't.
Well, that's also kind of like when you just want a beer and not get buzzed. I swear that one beer gets you
Oh,
buzzed.
for sure.
Or it's like, I'm only going to have 2 beers tonight. I'm not going to get drunk. But then when you're going to bed, you're actually like kind of wired.
Or
you're
that'll-
like, it's not enough.
Or I was going to say like the old, I don't know if it's an old wives' tale, like if you drink liquor, it'll warm you up. Like during the winter and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. It never does.
That's true for me.
It never does.
Well, yeah, you get the like.
I get whiskey heats.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a ginger Irish thing, but like I get red, blotchy, sweaty.
hot.
I can like walk in shorts like in the snow.
Yeah.
God bless you. Maybe I'm just immune from all the whiskey I drink.
Yeah. Yes, I think Toomey took a Klonopin. He took a little bit of drugs to get
Okay.
him through it, but he needs that and like 6 small bottles of fucking vodka to
Gotcha.
fucking be pounded before we get on the plane.
Oh, okay.
He's got bad like flying anxiety.
Yeah. Getting on the plane for 24 hours is
Yeah.
ideal.
It was a long time. And the funny thing is I was thinking about is that because Jess and I were just like pounding white wine. Like
It
through
was free on the plane.
Yeah.
The plane.
Fuck yes.
Japan Airlines for the win.
Yeah, dude, for real. And the funny thing I was thinking of is like on the way back home, we basically did drink for like 13 hours ish for the give or take of like the maybe 2 hours that we got sleep. So by the time we landed in Dallas, we had already drank for 13 hours, but we're like exhausted. Like,
I was so unbelievably dead. We were so desperate for sleep that we just wanted to. We had a 5-hour layover in Dallas on the way home.
Okay.
And so the funny thing is, usually in airports, I can just find a quiet, empty gate and just lay down on the ground and just pass out and just sleep.
Not in Dallas.
But in Dallas, there's no carpeted areas. It's all like that tile, like that big plastic tile squares.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't sleep on this.
No.
At least give me a rug.
yeah.
So
So
it's not like you have your luggage where you can just pull it out to like, all right, I'll make a makeshift rug.
I mean, I kind of, we did, and it actually crossed my mind that I make like a little Jess nest out of my clothes, just curl up into it like a cat.
So then the funny thing is that we did find the Dallas airport, for you guys that are going to be traveling through there at any point, if you're exhausted, there's something called the Minute Suites.
Yeah, Minute Suites.
Minute Suites. And you can rent, it's basically a small little box that has like a couch, a desk, and a TV you can rent by the hour.
Oh, that's sweet.
So we did that we rented it for 2 hours.
It was $155 for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
mean, that's what you're gonna pay for a hotel room, though.
Yeah, for a whole
For
night.
Well, I mean, like they're not gonna like let you. I mean, you don't really want to go to those places that charge by the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. So we got like another like hour or so nap in there, and then we woke up, and then the flight from Cleveland to Dallas, it was like 2.5 hours, and we both just snoozed the whole fucking thing.
Then I felt great by the
Yeah.
time we got home.
Perfect.
And then heading out there, let's see, I think we got to our hotel about 4 p.m., and this is in Shibuya, Tokyo. We got right to our hotel. Again, this is roughly about 24 hours of traveling. We had this very small room, like it had 2 beds. It also like a box, like the space between like the beds and like the wall with the TV on was like 6 inches.
Okay, so it's like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think I took a photo of it. You can put that somewhere in the reel here.
The bed is literally against the window, the wall, and the wall with the TV. And like he said, yeah, there's just 6 inches between like the TV and like our little fridge, which you can only fit like 2 water bottles in.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know why it's in there.
But we immediately were like, we have to take a nap. So we napped till about 7-ish. We got up. We're like, we're starving. Let's go walk around, find something. Well, we saw the Golden Arches.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Let's fucking try some McDonald's.
So Japan McDonald's is notorious for being like the best McDonald's in the world.
Really?
And it is true.
It's really good.
100% true.
Yeah. The food actually looks like how the posters do, or like in the commercials. Like,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Damn.
It's like it's literally like 6 inches tall. Like a Big Mac is huge.
It's actually huge.
Yeah.
Instead of like a double cheeseburger at
Yep.
most places.
Yeah. Our fast food burgers, like somebody sat on it, punched it, farted on it, slammed it against the wall.
The
There's
American way.
a whole gallon. Somehow there's an entire gallon of ketchup inside there. When you open it up, it's just covered in ketchup.
Yeah.
Oh man, when you see these photos, it's beautiful.
Nice.
And we had those like a teriyaki burger,
Yep.
a teriyaki chicken.
The shika chicken patty.
Yeah.
It's basically like a flattened, like crispy chicken nugget in this little packet, and then you pick your seasoning, put the seasoning in, and shika it, and you shake it,
Yeah.
and then you just eat it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's
It was
delicious.
Fucking cool. Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we went to Ireland and they had it's like spaghetti on the menu at McDonald's. I was like, I'm not trying spaghetti in Ireland.
I mean,
You should have.
I know I should have. I wasn't that adventurous. Like we ate at there was a fast food joint called Supermax and McDonald's. Whatever. That's all we ate the entire time, unless we went to some family houses. But
oh yeah, the Supermax. That was when we were in Ireland. That was that big, huge fast food place that we
yeah.
went to like after the bar closed. We went to one of those.
yeah, it's like a McDonald's
Yeah.
or Burger King or whatever. But yeah,
So yeah, we would go back to the hotel, smash on our McDonald's, fell back asleep like at 9 p.m. And then woke up at like 2 a.m. We're like, God damn it! And then
Just wide awake.
yeah, so we're like,
when you say 2 a.m., that's our time or
no, their time. So they're
Okay.
13 hours ahead. So it would be 1 p.m. here
Gotcha. So
the day before.
your body's just used to.
Oh yeah, it's fucked. So we would get up and then we wandered around, and all of the bars there are open till 5 a.m. So
Damn.
we found a cool little bar, hung out there, and had drinks till 5. I think we went back to the hotel, tried napping again. Then that next day we went out and did stuff. Oh, was that the night that the 10-course meal was that night too?
Gosh, I can't remember anymore.
Yeah.
I want to say the 10-course meal was the 3rd day.
Okay. There was like the second night we went out and did some stuff, and then everybody was basically done about 7:30 p.m.
Well, the first 3 days in Japan, we like could not stay awake past like 7 or 8.
Understandable.
We just couldn't. Well, we were also waking up at like 2, 3, 4 p.m. Like or a.m. Sorry, we were slowly adjusting.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Then we'd wake up in the middle of the night, and then we went back to that bar.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing is that Toomey happened to be up, so we're like, "Hey, come check out this bar we found." And there's karaoke fucking everywhere over there, but they're like, "Oh, here's a microphone," and fucking Toomey's like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." It's
He went wild.
oh yeah, it's fucking it's
I
like
saw one of the videos.
yeah, it's like 3:30, 4 in the morning. And we're just slamming drinks, and he's singing "Rocket Man," dude.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at the
I
top of his
saw the
lungs.
video
It's
you posted up
so
on
good.
Snapchat,
Yeah. But yeah, it was just trying to get adjusted to all that sleep, and then finally the adventure started to begin.
Yep.
Anything you want to bring up first?
About what? Like Tokyo or
What was the favorite part of the trip?
the favorite part? Mm-hmm. Shit.
Unless you want to go, should we go down the line, like how each starting in Shibuya, then to Kyoto, so forth?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Tokyo, first of all, is absolutely insane. So I posted photos as the trip progressed, like every day on my Facebook. And there's one chick that I know. She said, looking at your photos looks like a fever dream. And I was like, that's the perfect way to describe Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's like a chaotic, beautiful fever dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the best way I can describe
Agreed,
Tokyo.
100%. Yeah.
Like I've been to New York City, I've been to Boston, I've been to Vegas, I've been to other major cities throughout Europe. nothing compares to Tokyo.
Oh,
Just thousands of people at all times walking down the street, and you're literally just you like have to kind of do one of those things where you kind of like that stop and like hold your body back to not smash into someone crossing paths with you, like just constant.
or you just get stuck and go with the flow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just pick your feet up and you just get carried away.
Yeah.
Now I'm here. That's where I live now.
Well, the crazy thing is there's just like screens, like TV screens
gosh.
and animation, like everywhere,
So
constantly
like kind of
blinking.
like Times Square-ish,
but crazier.
but more.
Way crazier.
Yeah.
Like Times Square, I feel like it's mostly just Times Square. Like in Tokyo, it's everywhere.
Really?
There's like screens above like clubs and bars, and like the big ones are obviously in like the Shibuya crossing and stuff, but it's everywhere. And like you'll just be walking down the street and there's like some anime chick like yelling at you in Japanese,
Oh yeah.
like constantly. So it's just there's audio everywhere. So it's like never even quiet. You're constantly getting like screamed at by high-pitched Japanese anime girls. It's just nuts.
Just constant. It's very. If you were tired walking around at nighttime, all of that shit, that bright,
flashing.
Yeah.
that shit would wake you up for sure. It's just full
understandable.
constant. Yeah.
That would help with the adjusting to the time, though.
Yo, yeah, for sure.
It's like, oh, okay, hello,
I'm
Annie.
awake again. Yeah.
Thank you. I was dozing off.
So I guess that was still Shibuya. So let's get to that meal. That
The
10-course meal.
steak.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or sorry, the Wagyu.
Yeah, that Kobe beef.
Wait, what's the difference between Kobe beef and Wagyu? Because I heard it called both.
I don't actually
I
know.
don't understand the difference.
He's
'cause-
looking it up.
I'll
Tommy's
look it up for you.
Tommy's
Okay.
gonna pull it up. So while Tommy's doing that, so this is like one of the dinners that we like splurged on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we get in there, we got 4 seats, all with your name on that. Like
oh yeah,
on
they
the-
customized the menus to have our names on it.
That's a baller.
very cool. So let's see. They basically took this giant. They like sawed through this huge chunk of meat.
So let me just say, like, they only do like one dinner a day for a max of 10 people. Mm-hmm. And like the whole restaurant can only fit 10 people. And basically like it's a flat rate for each person, and you're basically paying for like your hunk of the beef or Wagyu or Kobe, whatever you want to call
whatever it is. Yeah.
And then they just make a 10 course meal with your piece of steak.
Yeah, and then just looking through the photos here, and if you're going to be watching this on YouTube, we'll have a little, what would you want to call it? Like just like a little
Slideshow, yeah.
slideshow,
Yeah,
the
whatever
photos
photos
of all the
will
different
be popped up
courses.
is
Yeah.
there, so.
The first one was that carpaccio with the fish eggs.
It was
and
basically like a tartare. Like
Tartare.
a Kobe beef tartare
Yeah.
with caviar.
Yeah.
Oh, that rhymed.
And was that shredded parm or mozzarella that they put in there?
It seemed like some kind of parm,
Yeah. And those little flour pieces.
which were all edible.
Yep. And then the second dish was that sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good.
One of the best sandwiches of my life.
I wish I had like a full sandwich of that. It was so good. Let's see. The third one, I don't remember what this was.
That looks like it was like a piece of the Kobe beef with like tempura
Oh yeah.
and some kind of. Well, if you just take a look at the menu.
I don't think I got a picture of it.
I
Yeah.
have a photo of it.
Okay. Yeah, I think this was just there was like a pepper asparagus, and I think there was like a pumpkin, right?
Squash. It was some kind of
Squash,
squash. Like
yeah.
like Japanese pumpkin.
That fucking.
Oh, the stew.
Oh,
So this man apparently traveled all the way to like Slovakia and learned how to make a beef stew, but he wanted it with the Wagyu. A Wagyu stew. Man, I am rolling on these rhymes. Also just delicious. It tasted like he had a fucking like Slovak grandma back there.
Oh my gosh, it was
awesome.
so good.
Oh, which by the way, they cook in front of you.
Yep.
It's a whole like experience. Like they do absolutely everything in front of you.
Yep.
It's awesome.
And
Yeah.
then this was
Oh, that was the it was basically like a sashimi Kobe beef rose, he called it.
oh yeah.
And so it was like basically the raw Wagyu and then raw, I think it was tuna, like in a rose form.
Yeah, that doesn't look like food from here, but yeah. It just looks like it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like,
It
I
was
don't wanna eat
delicious.
Yeah.
It just like melted in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah, and then we had this. They had like the
The shredded truffle mushrooms with a raw egg yolk, and it also came with rice, and I forgot what kind of like soy sauce thing was on the beef.
Whatever that was, yeah, that was really good.
Oh my gosh. That was just the whole experience was just absolutely fantastic.
It was, yeah. And I don't know how do you like your meat? Like how rare?
I mean, like when I get a steak, it's like medium.
Okay.
So
Medium. So then we had the palate cleanser. Mm-hmm. And then this was this two different pieces?
Yeah, like he was giving us different cuts, and those like little like spots and stuff are like different. Well, one's a wasabi, and then there was like 3 different types of salts. The one along the edge is an Egyptian salt, which, you know what, like whenever I've been to like pretentious fucking restaurants, they're like, oh, here's our Himalayan salt, and like here's our Denver, Colorado salt off the road. I'm like, okay, but what's really like the difference in flavor? There actually is.
Yeah.
yeah.
And these guys didn't seem pretentious at all.
No, they were actually really lovely.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then this is the one where you get the little side of rice, and then you can see like there's the eggshell with that had a raw egg in it.
Another one, yeah.
So he's like, you just take the egg and then you dump that on your rice and you kind of stir it up and eat it. Well, I dumped my egg on there and it just started sliding off of my little rice hill off the plate onto the bar. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this is not good. Also, I'm really sad about losing my egg. Thankfully, Krista doesn't like raw eggs, so she's like, you can have mine. I'm like, fuck yeah. But the owner comes over, and I was like, hey, listen, I'm really sorry. My egg kind of slipped off the plate. And he's like, I'll get it. And I was like, well, I didn't want to pick it up like that because it was going to probably explode. He's like, it's fine, I got it. He goes to pick it up, it fucking explodes. I was like, that's what I didn't want to do. Yeah. We were all laughing about it. So he's like, yeah, just push a little dent in your rice. And I was like, oh, that works a lot better.
That's awesome.
What was this? Just another kind of soup thing?
Yeah, I want to say it was like another like rice and obviously the beef, but he almost poured like a miso type of like soup over it. So it wasn't like really a stew, but it was soupy.
Yeah.
Also, the wasabi
Oh, it was insane.
was the best wasabi I've also ever had in my life.
Oh my God.
It was like chunky.
Really?
Like chunky and like powerful, but not overly powerful like our green horseradish here.
Yeah, ours is like a paste. It's not like that over there.
No, well, because they're actually doing like the traditional way of grinding it on like those boards and plates. And
Right.
Ours is fake.
Yeah. What did you say?
Oh.
Like ours is just like dyed horseradish, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but you know, it's not Japan good.
Well, no, yeah, ruined horseradish for me.
Yeah. Same. And then this is just like the last little dessert thing, right?
That was a dessert, yeah.
Yeah. So the funny thing is that like when you finish up all 10 courses, and by this time, like I'm like dying, stuffed. And I'm sure we all were. But then he's like, when you look at the menu, it says that at the end of every meal, there's a surprise to go prize, I guess. Okay. And then we're like, oh, cool. What is it? And he brings over a box that has rice, and then there's like a curry beef thing on top. And he's like, oh, more food. And we're like,
oh my God, yeah.
I don't even want to look at food. I don't want to think about food. Also, our fridge can only hold 2 water bottles. We can't even put this in there. It doesn't even fit. We're fucked. But definitely hands down one of the best meals I've ever had.
By far. And you know what's funny? It wasn't even that crazy expensive. It was
Really?
like $175 per person, flat rate. And you know what? I've been to bars where like, or not bars, but like higher end restaurants-ish, where like I end up spending like $30 per martini.
Oh, for sure.
And I've spent more just on like steak and like 2 or 3 martinis.
Yeah.
Right.
And to have this whole like theatrical experience, and these people care about their job. Like, you can tell it's their entire like livelihood.
Yeah.
So
They really did.
so there's a couple of differences. Mostly it's the flavor.
Oh, between Kobe and Wagyu?
Yeah. It says Kobe is a milder flavor with buttery finish, and Wagyu has more of a complex, rich flavor with sweet, nutty taste.
Okay.
And then price is Kobe is way more expensive. It's like between $200 and $500 per pound, and Wagyu is $50 to $150 per pound.
So, I mean, that's also probably why. I mean, $175 a head is going to definitely cover those costs.
Well, I mean, but it wasn't even just the beef. I mean, we had all those palate cleansers, the dessert, the take home. We ordered a ton of drinks and they never charged us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's standard or, well, so here's the thing. Like, Tony and the owner end up having a little bromance.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves the pizza.
That's true. Yeah, we were sitting there, and I have all these different band tattoos on my arm, and he noticed this one. And
The MXPX one?
Yeah, and he goes, MXPX. And I was like, holy shit, yes,
Yeah.
it is MXPX. And he's like, that's awesome. And we were talking for a second, and then just while we were like waiting for like the next dish to come out, he fucking goes over to the music and just starts playing fucking MXPX.
Yeah, he changes the entire restaurant's like music for Tony.
Everybody's enjoying a nice 10-course meal, and it's like punk rock show.
Well, so here's the other thing is like pretty much everyone at this establishment is tattooed.
Okay.
And he's got so he has his logo for the restaurant tattooed on the back of his neck, and he shows everyone.
Yeah.
Because the big thing is like tattoos are a huge taboo in Japan, as you know.
Yeah, it's like Yakuza, right?
Yeah, it's associated, yeah.
That's what it traditionally was
Yep.
before. Yeah.
But it's still like really looked down upon. Like most of the bathhouses don't allow tattoos. A lot
Really?
of like establishments won't allow tattoos, and so or won't even hire people with tattoos. So he prouds himself on that tattoos are a work of art and is not associated with gangs. And so like everyone in there is tattooed, pierced, like they're punk rock people.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was fucking cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah. As opposed to like everywhere else that we were like going around to, we were just getting looks.
Stared at.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 'cause the
Stared.
tattoos, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, like there would be so many times like we'd be walking and like people are just like looking at our arms, like just
Yeah.
looking at Tony, just
Yeah.
staring.
Well, also you, because you got tattoos down your arm also, and you're rocking your fucking aviators.
Oh yeah, that doesn't help. Apparently, like sunglasses in general are also associated with gangs.
Yeah, Yakuza does
Yeah.
like sunglasses and tattoos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like all tattooed and like wear suits but wear sunglasses too.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like we didn't see anyone wearing sunglasses. Like that was a big dead giveaway on like who a foreigner was.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
Well, I read before we even went there that like no one wears sunglasses and it's considered almost like rude and like shady. No pun intended. and but I'm like, but everyone wears face masks. I'm like, how is that less shady?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's also a huge thing.
Speaking of with the sunglasses, the fashion over there is hilarious. It's very 90s. Like they are rocking fucking like the Marilyn Manson shirts that we had in high school.
Oh really? Like the FUBU shirts and shit?
Yeah, they were wearing fucking Jinkos. Everything was very 90s style, just like the chain wallets, and like I saw people with like the big giant ball necklaces.
Really?
Yeah. There was, and they're all super baggy, like those like stoner
Yeah.
clothes, like back when we were growing up, like the stoner skater dudes.
Half of what Hot Topic had in their
Yeah,
store.
basically, yeah. That's a lot of fashion that they're all rocking clothes like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Well, also they were wearing a lot of shirts that were like in English that made no sense.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder if that's how we are when people like wear like Chinese symbols and Japanese symbols like on their clothing, that it just makes no sense and we have no idea. Like there was one guy that was wearing a shirt, it just says "it makes her cry."
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
What does that even mean?
What
You
makes-
know.
Yeah, that was definitely a bunch of the trip is just taking photos of people of like wearing like American shirts that are like, what the fuck does this
Well,
even
the
mean?
thing is, I don't think they're even American. I think they were just using like Google Translate and like making these T-shirts because they make no sense.
Yeah, I guess that's true too.
Yeah, I remember there was a Japanese punk band I used to listen to every once in a while, or Chinese. But anyways, the translation does not equal out to like. It doesn't make sense when you translate it to like rhyme or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. Like that was the whole thing. That anytime we were walking around, we're like, oh fuck, I gotta get a photo of that shirt.
Yeah.
There was also one. We went to the sumo matches, which we can get into that here soon. But when we were walking out of the sumo place, the place is flooding out like you're leaving a concert, right?
Of course.
And I just happened to look behind me because I think that like Toomey and Krista were behind us. and just trying to make sure we're all together. And I turn around and there's this dude wearing this shirt, and I did a double take, but it's two super ripped black guys that are in just underwear that are smooching.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and it's just like a little Asian dude, and I'm like,
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, and in the back of it, it said Eagle something. I can't remember what the fuck it said now, but I was like, what the hell?
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? Is this just like a gay pride thing, or is it just like, is this a joke of some video or photo that I just don't know about? But just to wear that around, I double took as just two huge ripped, basically naked black dudes smooching. I was like, what the hell is this?
So that's way more wild than what I was going to bring up. I'm looking at a photo right now when we were standing in line for the Ramen Museum, and this little girl is wearing a backpack that just says, "Own voice, feel joy."
Yeah.
Haiku.
It's just so random.
Oh yeah.
Oh, also, and I am so glad now, Tony, you have witnessed it twice, because this has happened to me in other countries. Happened in Scotland, it's happened in Europe, and now it finally happened in Japan. We have ran into foreigners wearing Cleveland Browns
Oh yeah.
gear.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't even know what they're wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both
Like,
times.
they just got it out of a thrift store, like an American thrift store, like in their country, thinking it's cool American shit, and they don't even know what they're repping.
Yeah.
So that's where all my good brown shit that I threw out years ago.
Yeah. You send it off to fucking Goodwill, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, this isn't selling. Let's ship it off to someone
Nobody
else.
wants this shit.
Yeah. Send it over to Japan. Yeah, and both times we would call them out too. We'd be like, oh, Cleveland Browns. And they're like,
They just look at you like you're crazy.
yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah. That was another fun thing too. They go, "Oh, where are you from?" We're like, "America," and they're like, "Oh, where?" And we're like, "Ohio," which we learned is "Good morning."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, Ohio."
Good morning.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
Good morning to you too. But still, where are you from?
Oh my god, it's like, dude, where's your car? Like,
Yeah.
but
What's
no,
mine
where are
say?
you from? Good morning.
Good morning,
You
Ohio.
already said that.
That's good. That would be a good bit. What else? What's popping in your head there?
Gosh, should we move away from Tokyo? We haven't even gotten to Kyoto.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Gosh,
What else is coming to mind?
the Kyoto private onsen that we had.
Oh, is that like our soaking tub?
Yes.
Oh yeah, go on.
So we ended up getting like a traditional Japanese like hotel, basically.
Okay.
And it had a private, and again, we had to get a private onsen because of like the whole tattoo thing, which was awesome. I must have soaked in this thing at least 3 times a day.
That's awesome.
It was so beautiful, and it's like outside, and it's like you got like your own little rock zen garden like around you. It was just magnificent. They give you like bath salts and stuff to put in there. And there was like a little covering, and there was a point in the trip where it was thunderstorm.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're saying that so there's thunderstorming. Go on.
Oh yeah, so it was like thunderstorming, and we had like this like little like covering over the bath, but not the rest of the zen garden. So like you could just see like all the rain, but you were just in your hot, warm onsen, and it was just one of the best like moments of the
Oh, it
trip.
was so cool, especially like being outside. It was like hot as fuck the entire time we were there.
No,
It was like 98 degrees, like the band.
like the band
That kind of hot.
from Ohio.
Yeah. But then we'd be like, all right, let's get back to the hotel or whatever. I guess it was a hotel.
Yeah.
But like we'd like have the air blasting, but then we would just go out and just get like a nice soak and just
That's awesome.
clear all that out. It was so awesome.
You want to tell them about the porn shower?
Yes. So we'll have the photo up here somewhere of our room. So like when you walk in, there's like your little foyer, and then there's like the stairs that go up. Like when you go upstairs, our upstairs basically just had like a little hangout room, like a chill room. The downstairs, when you have like the bathroom to the left, and then there's like your bedroom that you step down a couple. It's just your bed. And then your bathroom's like right there, but it also is connected to the shower. But the thing is, the entire wall of the shower is all glass. So if you're laying in bed, you can watch the person taking a shower. It's not blocked off like at all. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's pretty cool when you're staying as a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Staying with your buddy, not so much.
Not so, yeah. I guess I'll go upstairs and hang out in the chill room. Or
I'll be
I?
in the tub.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When you're in the tub, that's also all glass.
Okay.
So, and you literally have to walk through the shower in order to get outside to go to your tub.
So, never mind.
So it's either just a couple of naked dudes, like two bros sitting in
a
the
hot tub.
Yeah, it's just glass everywhere.
Right.
So it was pretty cool. The setup was pretty dope. Also, while we were there, we got massages.
Oh yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, have you ever had like a professional massage? Okay, I've had one, which I think I might have already talked about previously.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, let's get one while we're here. They're supposed to be awesome. I was like, my lower back was like fucking with me. Mm-hmm. We get the two ladies show up, and they basically make us go change into like these.
Oh yeah. So you know what's funny is like typically when you get massages, like you basically strip down to your underwear, you know.
Yeah.
But they gave us these like giant baggy like blue mesh diaper things to wear
Yeah, it was weird.
instead of letting us just wear our own underwear. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why? it was
weird.
really awkward.
Yeah.
But anyways, like poor Tony, I'm like, you must get the best massage. Like we're in Japan. Like this has got to be like finally a good massage for you. Mm-hmm. And so they brought us in separate rooms. I had a great one.
Yeah, so I'm like downstairs, like in like the bed.
Okay.
And the other lady takes Jess upstairs and kind of makes like a makeshift bed for you.
Yeah,
up
there was
there.
like a futon that they brought.
Okay. So I'm downstairs and I'm, the lady's kind of like working through like my thighs and like my back and stuff. And she's very timid. I'm like, this is all right. It's kind of cool. It's all right. But like just very kind of like soft. And I'm like, I don't know. But then as I'm laying there, I hear like she has like very subtle like soft music playing, which was relaxing because I got to a point where I was also kind of like starting to doze a little bit, but I'm like, oh, I gotta stay awake, don't fall asleep, But then it catches my ear, and I realized the music is Little Mermaid, like part of that world. I wanna be where the people are, and I was like, this is fucking Disney songs? And I was like, oh man, maybe. And then like another song later, it's Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And I was like, what the fuck? We're listening to Disney songs? And like the girl, she's just, and I don't know if it's because I'm a guy. I don't know if it's because
Also your dirty tattoos.
tattoos. I could be Yakuza. But I'm like, this is not that cool of a massage. In the meantime, Jess is upstairs. I can hear her, like, they're like laughing up there. They're having a great time. I'm like, damn. I'm like looking up at the ceiling. I'm like, part of that world.
I want to be where Jess is.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, my massage was wild. Like, there was a point where she, like, had me on my back, and she would, like, push my knee up to my chest, and then, like, I don't know how to describe it, but then, like, quickly pull my leg down, and she was, like, cracking my hips, cracking my knees, like, cracking things. I'm like, she would pull my arm, like pull, and then mega pull, and, like, crack my shoulder.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that.
I was like, man, this is the craziest massage I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm doing yoga without having to move.
Yeah, you got it really good.
It was great.
Yeah, I got none of that.
No.
Mine was like barely touching me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You have
And then,
really bad luck with massages.
yeah, I'm 0 for 2 right now. Like, cause then she was like starting like on like my back, and then like she would basically like she would put a towel over me, and if she's gonna work on my legs, she'd pull the towel up to like my butt and work on my legs, and then she's gonna do my back, she'd pull the towel down, And then when she wanted me to flip, she'd like hold the towel up, almost like covering her face, and it's like, okay, you could flip over to like just not see anything. I'm like, what the fuck? We're adults here. Like, you're supposed to be massaging me. Like, why are you so like scared? Like looking, I don't know. It's just a weird experience.
Yeah.
But
Well, Disney's innocent.
Yeah. Yeah, that place was super dope.
Yeah.
There was a point where Toomey and I tried snake whiskey.
Okay.
There was a little bar where we saw it sitting across the bar, I guess, and we're like, he thought it was actually like a squid. He's like, oh no, this is snake. It's like apparently like the 5th most poisonous snake, and they had it soaking in this whiskey. It's like, well, we have to take a shot of this. Mm-hmm. Turns out it actually wasn't that bad. It was actually like kind of like lemony. I don't know if they put something else in there, but it was kind of delicious. But it was bizarre.
Yeah.
And we're like, you guys want a sip? And Jess and Chris are like, fuck no.
I've had my fair share of eating venomous soaked alcohols and scorpions. I've already done all that.
Okay. That was new for us. So we felt like little kids. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, he was trying to say it was I can never say the word aphrodisiac.
Oh, yeah. That's
and
it.
he was like, it makes you strong.
Yeah.
And he's like, kind of does like a little weird Japanese wink, like strong. Also, can I say, like, so that bar was probably one of the scummiest, diviest bars that we went to.
For sure.
Which is like, in Japan, that doesn't even exist. Like, everything is so clean and so pristine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this one was kind of like the diviest. And I wanted something to snack on while I was drinking.
Right.
And I asked for French fries, and I'm not even joking. These were the best French fries of my fucking life. Like, he literally like is like frying them and like bringing out this mixture out of this container and like bringing out multiple different salts and seasonings and like truffle oil and like gave us like a platter of different sauces to dip them in. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, everyone cares so much about their job in Japan.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So, look, generic question: do most of them speak English, or did you need a translator, or
Barely. Barely. A lot of people barely spoke English. Like,
Okay.
they could say a couple of words and they can kind of understand, but we did have to use the translator like
like a
quite
Google
a bit.
Translate and just
Yeah,
voice to text or whatever?
quite a bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that would be my always fear about going to a foreign country about like they don't speak English. It's like I don't know how to.
Yeah, but with Google Translate and just the internet now, it's so advanced. Like, you don't even. Like, Tony was having full-blown conversations with people that didn't speak English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's a button you can hit for conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just like taking turns like talking into the phone,
Oh,
and it would
okay.
just translate back and forth.
Gotcha. That's
It's
awesome.
automatically recognizing
That's way
Japanese
better
and
now
English.
than-
Yeah.
Because that was like I said, I was always a fear of like mine. I was like, I either have to be stuck with a translator the entire time.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
it be cool or not? you
Right.
know?
No, I mean most places we were able to have like a full conversation with like the bartender, but there'd be certain times where they're like,
What's that word
what's
mean?
the
Yeah.
word? Hold on, and then they would go on theirs and they would type it out and then show us the phone, and we go,
Gotcha.
okay, cool, and then we would continue the conversation. But there was just like that little bar. There was a lot of the fun thing. This is also what I love about you is that like we would go wandering and we'd be like, let's just find bars, like just hidden bars. And you're walking down an alleyway and you'll see a sign that says there's a bar on the basement floor, there's a bar on the 3rd floor, and we walk up these like steep ass stairs and we'd walk into a place and everyone was kind of like record stop, like looking at us, and they're like, hey, can we come in here? And like, yeah, come on in. And like, it's like kind of quiet at first, but once we start getting drinks and talking with them and doing karaoke with them, we had a fucking blast with them all.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was that was probably my favorite part of the trip.
Me
Is
too.
just getting lost and just exploring, because these alleyways are just so tiny, so endless, and they're just interweaving in every direction.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is on, like, half of it's not on Google Maps. It is just like a mess. Gosh, I feel like I'm like making out with this microphone. How much closer do I need to be?
I don't know. It's just,
I'm literally touching it.
yeah, I know. It's just, maybe it's the cable. It just kind of sounds like it was kind of going in and out for a
Yeah,
second.
it's cable.
We'll have to switch that out after this episode. You're good.
Okay.
What about that bar where they gave you that little stew?
Oh my god. So I don't know if you know this, but one of the things about Japan is they're a little racist. There's a lot of bars where foreigners aren't allowed. They will straight up give you foreigner transaction fees, like at some places.
Gotcha.
Like at least they're honest about it. They're like, you're a foreigner, you get extra charges.
Yeah, there was one where like after we ordered drinks, we were like looking at the menu and it said that they're automatically going to charge us a 15% gratuity,
Which doesn't exist in Japan.
Yeah,
So it's just for foreigners.
on top of another 400 yen. And I don't remember why, but like we only ordered a drink each,
Yeah.
which was like probably $6 each. And then they're just charging all this extra shit. And we're like, what the fuck? It was too late by that time.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went to this one bar, and again, like Tony said, it was one of the bars where we like walked in and like the whole bar stops and like stares at you.
It's just a couple of old guys in
Yeah,
there.
it's like 4 old dudes and the bartender, and it's like just a tiny, like it looks like you walked into someone's living room. Like
Okay.
it's just a very homey, tiny Japanese little bar. And at first I'm like, fuck, this is probably a place they don't want us. Like everyone's quiet, just kind of staring at us. Again, I'm like, is it the tattoos? Is it because we're foreigners? Like, what is it? Luckily there was an English speaking man, and we start talking to him. He asked us where we're from. They got a big kick out of our Ohio joke.
Yep.
And next thing you know, like I think they got impressed that I ordered shochu, which is basically like a rice. They called it a rice spirit, but it's kind of like a rice wine.
Okay.
It's not a sake, but like a wine kind of, but it's like stronger. And so I'm like ordering shochu, and they're like, "Oh yeah, kampai!" And next thing you know, we're all cheersing.
Oh yeah, kampai. That's
Yeah.
the Japanese
cheers.
cheers.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, like I'm ordering the stew. And here's the other thing I loved about Japan is like no matter how small the bar was, every bar had like a tiny little stove somewhere in it. The bar was literally like the size of this table right here. Like it's like the size of like a bathroom.
Yeah.
And they would still have a stove, and they still had a menu. Even if it's just 4 items, they
Yeah.
had a menu. They had something for people to eat. And this guy had this just pot of stew. One of the best stews I ever had was out of this little tiny dive bar.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a dive bar. It
No.
literally just looked like someone's living room.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I got a photo of us and those old guys, so we'll be
Yeah.
able to see. We'll make sure, like I said, we'll have the slideshow. So there's just, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to
just
see all
photos,
these
yeah.
photos of everything too. That was a dope bar.
That was sweet. We ended up drinking with those guys for like at least like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, there was one where we went up to this one bar. There was 3 business guys sitting at a booth doing karaoke, and the bar again is only as big as this table. And the bartender, she was fucking hammered.
Oh yeah.
And we asked the guy when we sat down. There was one guy sitting at the bar that only sits 4 people. Jess is like what do you recommend here? And she's like, what are you drinking? And he's like, oh, I'm drinking. I think was it a shochu?
I think so.
And she's like, all right, yeah, we'll just do those. And he's like, it's strong.
Yeah,
and we're like,
I'm
Strong
inexperienced.
wink.
yeah.
So the funny thing is, like, there was a point where I just started like chugging it because it is delicious.
Yeah. It's easy to go down to.
Yeah, very easy to go down. And he so I started chugging it. He's like, no, like, slow down. He was like scared for my like health.
Trying to give her water.
Professional.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was trying to get me to drink water and everything.
It's cool, bro. We're American. We know how to drink.
Yeah, true American.
Yeah.
Drink.
Yeah, the bars, the food, everything was dope. Toomey and I became samurais. We took this
How so?
class. So like Jess and Krista went and had like their own little girl time for a couple hours. Toomey booked us this thing where we it basically was like some guy's house.
Okay.
And it was like us and like 20 people in there that like weren't Japanese, and they basically had us suit up, like the fucking pants, the robes, the fucking chest pieces, the protectors. It was hot as fuck, and we were just all this fucking gear.
Of course.
Basically teaching us how to like swing the swords.
Yeah.
And basically after most of the class is over, we got into the guy's backyard. And then they set up like this like bamboo kind of thing, and we actually used like a real sword.
Okay.
And actually like use the technique that he showed us, and then like get to like slice it, which was
Sweet.
fucking sick. So we're pretty much official samurais now.
Get a certificate and everything?
No,
No.
we left before we could get ours. They'll probably mail it though.
I'll print you one.
Yeah.
Be like the little kids, like, he did it.
Yeah. We also found an American bar that we thought, just for fun, let's go in there and check it out.
Which one?
The Elvis bar.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And the thing that really sold at least me, because I was like starving, and so we're like looking for some place to just get some food and drinks, and we were looking at the signs, because a lot of places will have like the menus and shit like outside the bar, and we're like, this place has hot dogs.
And Tony had been dying to try a Japanese hot dog since
Yeah.
we like landed.
So we walk up there, and the funny thing is, on the way up, we see this Back to the Future like parody poster. I'm like, huh, that's cool. And then we get up to there, and it's there's Elvis shit everywhere. They have an actual like old jukebox where you hit like D7 and it plays Queen or Elvis
Blue St.
Costello. yeah, Elvis shit. I even was drinking on a peanut butter and banana Elvis whiskey, which was
Okay.
delicious. And then so we're like, yeah, let's get a hot dog. And they basically, it was like a relish and then like a little slaw, and then like they're basically like tiny little hot dogs. They're like little, maybe like Vienna sausages or something.
Okay.
And then ketchup, mustard on top of it, and they like cut it in half, and like got these chips like perfectly layered. You know what? And it was delicious. So we're like, this is kind of fun.
Nice.
And then we found like another parody poster. We found out that the bar owner and like her husband or whatever, or friends, they basically make these parody posters to get people to come into the bar using American movies and just parodying them.
There you go.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really cool.
What else you got over there?
Well, it depends. What are we talking about? A specific district or just anything at this point?
Oh, what about, I don't know, you can talk about Fuji or...
So I do want to talk about one thing.
Go on.
We haven't talked about anything super negative about Japan, but there is one thing: the sneezing.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay, go on.
Their hygiene's not super great.
So it's
Hence
weird
the mask everywhere.
because they are like clean. Everything's super clean, but not hygienic. So like literally every subway, every restaurant, every sidewalk, there's always someone like cleaning every tiny little smudge that you see, every piece of trash. Like it's clean, but it's not sanitary. Like they're basically cleaning everything with just water. There's no like soap. There's no soap in any of the bathrooms.
Yep.
Every time I went to a bathroom,
No paper towels.
No paper towels. Every time I went to a bathroom, everyone's just like rinsing their germy hands with water and then just leaves. Also, like they don't cover their mouths when they sneeze.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I brought it up in the first couple of days because I got like practically sneezed on like several times. Like people just like sneeze to their side. And I'm like, God damn, I'm like, you practically like fucking like crop dusted me with your mouth. And
Or like open mouth, like they just sneeze like
they
an
just
open
sneeze in their
hand.
palms.
Yeah, open hand, yeah.
yeah, they'll sneeze in their palms instead of like
shake your hand.
yeah, and like wipe it on their pants and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I brought it up to Toomey, and he was like, well, they probably just don't like you. Like, and he was like making it seem like maybe it was intentional. And I'm like, I don't know, dude.
It was everywhere.
But it was
Yeah, but it's everywhere. Then yeah.
yeah.
No, and then the funny thing is, like, I follow a lot of like Japan TikTok things now,
Okay.
like, which I need to unfollow because I'm tired of seeing it now. But like, but I saw one where this other person was like, dude, could we talk about like how unhygienic like Japan is? And like they were saying they would just see people like pick their noses and like just like rub it on their pants, just sneeze in their palms, sneeze on the ground. Like it's gross.
It's weird, like nobody taught them to do it like in their elbow. Like sneezing your elbow because you're not going to be picking shit up or touching things at the inside of your arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
And
Yeah.
it's blocking from other people.
Yeah,
And
and-
you would think even after COVID they would have.
You would
definitely-
think, yeah.
'Cause there were a lot of people here that didn't know how to do that. But,
right.
Now
But
that
after
they-
COVID, it's like, oh, at least you know.
Yeah. And if you did find soap in like a bathroom, it was like super rare. Although they did have a lot of spots with sanitizer kind of sporadically through the
Yeah, but
cities.
no one used it. We were the only ones ever using it.
Yeah.
So that was like actually very, very surprising because I thought like Japan was super like advanced and like clean, but I mean the amount of sneezing I saw like just on the ground, even like in restaurants, like they would just like sneeze on the ground, like not cover their mouths at all.
It's fucked.
Sneeze right into your food.
They might have.
Oh, tell them. Okay, we were in this like market, and there was this. This is how bad it was. There was this guy, looked like he was in his 20s, rolling a cart of
Oh, yeah.
beer glasses, like giant beer glasses. Could have been sake. I don't know. Big alcohol glasses.
Like think about like at Lowe's those like flat carts.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was basically milk crates with like beer bottles and shit in it.
Yep.
Okay.
I literally watched this dude pushing this cart straight up sneeze directly onto all of these bottles of alcohol.
Well, water will fix that.
Yeah, we're like holy shit, and then just keeps on just rolling. Like,
Yeah.
ain't no
care
thing.
in the world. Just rolled it into the restaurant that it was going to. And I turned to Tony and I'm like, dude, I need to start wiping off like every bottle I drink from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, we need to sanitize like every bottle.
Don't worry, I brought my own.
Yeah.
So you guys brought up karaoke a bunch. What was your songs?
Oh, we did do karaoke at one bar,
Stacy's
or actually a
mom.
couple bars.
Stacy's mom?
We did Stacy's mom at a couple bars.
Timmy did. You said Timmy did Rocket Man.
Dude, anytime that he got anywhere that had karaoke, he was fucking full. Like almost to the point where he was being selfish and was doing multiple songs in a row and not letting other people get in. It was hilarious.
You mean like everybody at a karaoke bar?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I brought my set list.
Yeah.
I gotta do all of it.
Oh my God.
yeah, we did Stacy's mom at a couple places. I did Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues.
Okay.
Did
Not
The
Dave's
Cure.
favorite song, Hurt.
Yeah. And then you did Steal My Sunshine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, those were probably
I
the
actually got claps for that one.
you did.
And that was when like those Koreans were there that didn't
It's the
Yeah, it's the cable, yeah.
no, like you guys were what? Testing,
Sorry. Yeah,
testing.
go ahead. Yeah, sorry, it was cutting out. Go ahead. So yeah, with all the Koreans.
When all the Koreans were there, like trying to just have their snacks, and like they were not clapping at anything that like you and Toomey were doing. I got claps at
Yeah.
Your Sunshine.
Yeah. I'm
you
sure
did
they're
both parts.
No, I was with Krista.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
did one part, she did the other one.
So maybe it was actually just because it was chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. They just saw Toomey and I and like Toomey would just be like, these are just guys fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's
probably.
like, fuck the dudes.
Fuck you, Rocket Man.
What about either do you want to talk about Fuji or the Ramen Museum, or is there anything else that?
I don't know. What about karaoke, Tiger?
Oh yeah, yeah. So we another time also did the food. There was so fucking good. Another time that we're just like, well, let's just go check this place out. It's got food, drinks. We get sat down and there's a table of 4, 2 dudes and 2 chicks, and we're just kind of eating. And the one guy kind of reaches over and starts talking to us for a few minutes. And then all of a sudden, this girl shows up completely dressed as a tiger, like makeup, suit, everything. She's got a microphone and like a little amp at her waist.
Portable speaker.
Yeah. And then there's a dude with her that had an acoustic guitar. And we were just like, okay, we just see all this commotion going on. And she's got like what do you want to call it? Like a song menu?
Basically, yeah.
And the guy leans over and he's like, hey, you know Country Road? And I was like, Country Roads? He's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I love that song. And he's like, do Country Road. And then they start playing Country Roads, and we were all fucking singing, clapping. It was just a fucking hilarious. And they just go off of tips.
There
Yeah.
you go.
What else did they do?
They did the Circle of Life from like
Circle
the
of
fucking
Life.
Lion
Oh
King.
yeah, and she lifted up her little tiger at the
Yeah,
end.
she had a little baby like stuffed animal tiger. Like,
They love Disney.
Yeah.
well, there's also a Disney World in Tokyo.
yeah, that's true.
So I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, probably.
Dancing Queen.
Oh yeah, I asked for Dancing Queen.
Which that was a good one.
Oh gosh, I can't remember now.
It was fun though.
But it was wild. You're just trying to have dinner. Next thing you know, like fucking Karaoke Tiger rolls up, like, and then we were next to this wild ass drunk ass table. Like the one guy was like passed out for like at least 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then apparently one song that he liked came on. He like came back to life.
Yeah. Then him and I were doing finger guns across the table to each other. He just woke up and he's going like this to me, so I mimic him. And then he brings him down to finger guns, and then we were just doing this back and forth.
Like the Office thing, where it's like everybody's pointing at finger guns.
And then they finally were like getting up, and they're leaving, and the girl that was in like the back corner like comes over, and she starts seeing like my tattoos, and her and the other lady start like rubbing my arm like as if they can like feel the tattoos like in my arm, you know?
Yeah, no, I drew them on this morning, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I always tell people. It's like, are those real? I'm like, no, I drew it on this morning.
It's actually a sleeve. I can just peel it right off. It's like a second skin.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we actually saw a lot of Japanese young girls having fake tattoos.
Oh yeah, like full
sure.
back pieces. What is
Yeah.
that? The traction.
What?
Move back a little. Can you adjust that cable?
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
So yeah, the table. Then they basically after they're feeling like on the tattoos and everything, they basically were like the one lady was like talking to us like she was like, oh yeah, like tattoos aren't like a thing here. We're like, yeah, we know. And the old guy that like fell asleep. Like, do you want to? He like goes up behind the. Do you want to explain this?
So he goes behind. I'm assuming it's his girlfriend or wife.
Yeah.
And he goes behind her and grabs her tits from behind and goes, oh, very small. And then she comes up behind me because I'm sitting down and she grabs my tits and goes, oh, very big.
Yeah. Like shaking
And
Jess's tits
shaking my
around.
titties. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing here. Like that was definitely
It's the
wild.
little, like, big American penis, small Japanese penis.
I thought the same thing.
The female version.
Yeah. Dude, it was hilarious. It was a fucking fever dream for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
it's wild. Like it was like amazing and beautiful and exhausting, like all at the same time.
Definitely gonna go back.
Oh, I want to. I want to go back with the boys and whoever else wants to go.
Yep, that sounds good.
Obviously not next year, but the year after for sure.
So is there anything else? Like I think we're getting close to closing time here. Anything else you want to bring up?
Yeah, the fucking toilets, dude. The most important part of
Oh
Japan.
my god, yes. Let's talk toilets. Go on.
I mean, they're the best toilets I've ever had in my entire life.
You would open up the bathroom door, and the lid would open up
It would
automatically.
greet you.
It's like, come feed me your waste. Just pulling you in. And when you sit down, the seats are always warm.
Which I kind of didn't like.
I did.
Yeah, because
well,
you'll, like, you sit down and it's warm. It's like, oh, I don't want to be at this one because
Yeah, because that's
the guy before me.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
here.
Well, but that's how I associate like toilet warmth is someone else has been sitting on here for a long time.
Yeah. But we know that wasn't the case because even in our hotel rooms, it would
They
still
wash
be
it
warm.
with water. It's okay.
Yeah.
So there was this one Airbnb that we stayed at where you open the door and like the lights like automatically slowly dim on for you. And Toto, they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
called Toto. Toto just slowly opens up his beautiful lid for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, come, sit on me.
Come to Toto.
I love you.
To Toto.
Come sit on my face.
So then you sit on Toto, and then there's a panel of settings that unfolds from the wall once you sit down,
Yeah.
and you can change the sounds, everything. And also, the moment you start going, there is like a suction to take away all the smells.
Yeah.
Toto knows.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. All the different bidet settings to spray your butthole.
Oh, bidets are the best.
Yeah.
More places need to have bidets.
It's,
Absolutely.
It's magical.
So are you guys going to adjust your bathroom to have a Toto and then...
We already have a bidet,
Okay.
Yeah.
but I don't know if I can afford Toto.
Yeah. I think Toomey looked into it. He's like, I want one of these for my house. And I
Yeah.
think it's like 10 grand
I
at
was gonna say
least.
10 grand. And the funny thing is, like, with our bidet, you have to, like, adjust it to find, like, your butthole.
Yeah.
But, like, somehow Toto knows where butthole is.
Yeah.
Oh, Toto knows.
Yeah, Toto knows.
I was going to say, you guys put a Zen garden with the tub in the backyard.
Yeah.
Taco's going to, like, just jump into it.
Immediately.
Oh, also at the last hotel that we stayed at, Toomey and Krista were like, "Hey, when you guys get back to the hotel, call down to the front desk and ask for more towels." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Just call for more towels." And I'm like, "Are you guys out of towels that you need us to order them for you? Did you already order too many? Like, what's
You
the
spilled
deal?"
something and you're
Yeah.
embarrassed about it?
They're like, "Just order the towels, you'll see." And I was like, "Okay." So called down, asked for more towels, and said, "All right, cool. Well, give us a few." And I was like, "You got it." After like 5 minutes or so, all of a sudden, we get a phone call, and it goes, "Your robot is waiting at the door." I'm like, "What?" And I open up the door, and there's like basically an R2D2 that's probably like 4 or 5 feet high, and it's like doo doo doo, and we're like, "Holy shit!" And it like opens up its top, and our towels are in there. And then we're like, "Cool." So we like take the towels out, gave it a little rating. It tells you, "Thank you, have a nice day." And then it was just like staring at us, and we're like, "Oh, thank you, arigato." And then it's just staring, and I was like, "You can go now." And it's like, doo 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 doo. And then it would just turned.
listened.
Yeah, and then it just turned, and then fucked off down the hallway. We're like, "Cool."
Yeah, it was super sweet.
Yeah.
So same hotel. Don't forget, we slept through an earthquake.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
We were on the 33rd floor.
Yeah, and this was like one of the tallest like towers, skyscrapers, whatever, like hotels, like in the Shinjuku area. And apparently, like we were like somewhere in the middle, I think.
Yeah.
Or we were pretty up there, but apparently there was a 4.6 earthquake.
Jesus.
Yeah. And we slept right through it. For the better, I guess.
I guess for the better.
Yeah.
Well, he said that like apparently like he was trying to demonstrate like how the buildings sway during earthquakes because they're built for them.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was basically saying like the middle kind of like I am like up against it, Tony.
I know. Go on. There.
Like the middle like sways, but the bottom and the top doesn't.
Mm.
And we were in the middle, so we should have felt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it could have been like a nice, cool breeze. You know,
Very-
swing while you guys were
Subtle.
sleeping. You know,
Yeah.
part of your world.
All right. Well, I think it's about that time. This is fun. I feel like we could probably talk about this for like another entire hour.
dude,
There was
yeah.
so much to get through for. I mean, we were there for 2 weeks.
We didn't even talk about the Clink Clink gambling machines,
Oh,
the
yeah.
dominoes.
Oh, the Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can still post up the pizza. The pizza we did one was like garlic and had like 1,000 slices of garlic on
That
it.
was my dream.
Yeah. And then there was one that was like corn and like mayo.
Also my dream.
That was gross.
Corn, mayo, and garlic.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
Okay.
because like we got one because you can get it's like 8 slices, but you would give you 2 slices of different,
okay.
different pizzas.
So it's not like how we have it. It's like you get half and half, and that's it.
No. We did like 2 slices of like the regular supreme. There was 2 and another 2 slices with the mayo on it, which I don't remember what it was.
The corn and mayonnaise.
Yeah, but there was one with the corn and mayo, and there was like another mayo thing too. They fucking love mayo over there, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it's wild. So yeah, there was a lot. I know we can. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a Japan part 2 and get to other things somewhere down the line. That being said, though, hope you guys had fun. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can watch the slideshow that Tomboy's gonna put together for you guys. Mm-hmm. All the fun photos. You sound very thrilled about that.
Oh yeah.
You're like, cool.
Hours of editing. Yeah.
Can't wait.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. It's if you want to find us at Pizza Bagels Pod for all the social medias, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, YouTube,
Instagram.
And of course, shoot us a text, leave us a voicemail, 440-363.
0121.
Nicely done. Tell us if you've been to Japan, what experiences you had, if you've experienced anything that we did talk about, good or bad.
Or tell us where to go on vacation next.
Yeah. Anything besides that, Tomboy? I think we're good, right?
We're good. Thanks,
Okay.
Jess.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. This is fun. And we'll see if we do a part 2.
All right.
All right.
Ohio.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye.